Welcome, my name is DoctorPipi, and this will be the fourth tutorial in the Age of Conan series. I would like to speak about the chat window and the top screen buttons. So let's start with the chat. If you left click on any tab of the chat, you can drag it around any place on the screen. Now, again, there is massive freedom here. You can make it bigger by clicking a corner, any size. Let's have it a little bigger for educational purposes. When you start the game, it only has a general tab and a combat tab. The general tab will show everything that people write in different chat channels. If you are free to play, then right now the only channels you can use are NPH. If you left click on the say, you can see the channels you can use. New player help, say, and trial. Trial we can forget for now. Say channel, by saying anything, hello, your character will say hello, and only the persons who are in range, like a couple of meters, can see you say hello. The new player help is the channel that everyone on the server could see if they are looking at it. It's for, as it says, new players. The combat tab shows when you start engaging in combat all your offenses and defenses and anything possible. Now there's an asterisk. If you left click the asterisk, you can add more tabs, more chat windows. These are all standard chat windows that you can add. You can also add a custom one with your own name. If you, for example, go to General and you right click on General, you can change the settings of this particular tab. You can change the size, you can change the visual things like show timestamps. You can see a time appear. You can do the same thing as clicking on the MPH down here, or the say, talk to channel. You can subscribe to more channels, and these channels are a little different because these are like they're not really channels, they're like what happens in the world, like item loot, on-screen messages, quest updates, combat messages, but none is selected right now because we click all the combat messages go to the combat tab. Okay, we go back, right click there. We can select that this is the default window. We can select auto subscribe new channels. We can rename the window, we can delete the tab, we can detach the tab. We left click and it goes there. We left click general and we put it back here. That's how simple it is. There's also a little white arrow. If you left click it, you get to a how do you call this? A settings menu for the entire chat window. Which has some options. But for now, I would make it the chat window not too big and even smaller and place it somewhere here. By the way, the energy bar we made last time, it's still here, but it's invisible because it's not draining. Let's go to the top screen buttons. Let's start with the first one. The first one is the item shop with an on-screen message. The item shop has some um, tabs, potions, special items, mounts, character. These items can only be bought with real money. That's why it's called an item shop. You use real money to buy Funcom points. As you can see, €5 for 600. And those Funcom points you can use to buy things in game. As a free-to-play player, I would not buy anything until you get a lot of levels. There are rewards if you subscribe to a premium subscription for 30 days. Right now it goes up to 1080 days. And you have the membership button, which shows your membership if you have any. I'll leave it with the X. The second button is more important. Now we get into details. This is the equipment and inventory button. Left click it and you will see equipment and inventory on the right side. Inventory, equipment. Let's start with equipment. There are two tabs, power and vanity. Power is what contributes to your character's power. Vanity is what is only shown to other players, and to yourself it does not contribute, as it says, to statistics. In Age of Conan you can wear 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 armor pieces, and at any time you can use 2 slots of weapons. And that's either 2 different weapons, or a shield, or 1 weapon which is 2-handed. Furthermore, in Age of Conan you have 2 slots to choose from, and you can swap between them. As you can see on the character, you can swap between weapons. Right now we don't have weapons in our second pair of slots. So that's for equipment. Vanity has some options down here. High power helmet, high power cloak. You can find that out yourself. On the right hand side we have our inventory. Inventory shows all the items that we can have in our bag. All the quest items that we obtain in the world and that is needed for quests. That's why it's called quest. We cannot really interact with quest items. And the resource tab, which is where all your resources will go, and resources are used to craft things in the game. The bag inventory and the resource inventory have an open slot here where you can place a bag which will increase the amount of slots, so you can carry a lot more. Beneath, oh, and the bags you can either buy in the game itself or earn in the game, or you can buy it in the Funcom shop, which was the first one. For example, on the character tab we have a max inventory bag for 216 slots, but it's a lot of money, real money. Here is our cash and saved. As a free to play we have a maximum amount of 10 gold that you can carry. If you go premium, it is removed. Free to play, if you get more than 10 gold, it will go to saved. Right now we don't have anything. Then there are 3 buttons. One, go premium, which of course is to buy a subscription with Funcom. Then we have a button called claims. Clicking it will open a screen that will show claims that were bought with real money. And tokens. The token screen shows all your tokens. You cannot interact with them. You can only see how many you have of each type. And tokens are used only in game to buy things, with or without some extra money. We click to exit. We go to the third button, which is the skills and attribute menu. On the left side we have our attributes. On the right side are skills. Let's start with the skills. This section will fill up when we level. It will contain some simple skills where you can put in points, and it's a passive ability. So you put points and then it simply works. You don't have to do anything else. The other 2 are for PvP, which I will not talk about now. On the left side, we have 4 tabs: General, Combat, Physical, Magical. The General tab shows your name, your archetype, I mean your race, Aquilonian in this case, your class, Dark Templar, and your level. Okay, race, class, level, your name. Under there is your experience. If you get to, in this case, to 100, you will gain 1 level. And this will increase, of course. The higher your level is, the more experience you will need to increase the level. Then you will have your base stats, your health, which corresponds to the red bar, your mana to the blue bar, your stamina to the green bar. Then we have our armor. Our armor is basically a defensive stat, which makes us take less damage the more armor we have from melee attacks. Then we have our DPS, which is an offensive stat, is how much damage we do on other players. Then we have our attributes. Our attributes are simply statistics that define who we are, and we should choose armor pieces that enhance the attributes that are good for us. For example, we are Dark Templar, and for Dark Templars it is good to have strength and a certain amount of wisdom, and of course constitution. Beneath that are the factions, which will be important when we hit level 80 especially, and below are the crafting and gathering, which will come to terms later. The second tab are combat stats, which show all our offensive and defensive stats. You can look them over. Yep. The third tab is our physical tab, which shows our health. The Age of Conan has many statistics, and almost all statistics are shown in a clear way in menus. So we have our health corresponding to our red bar. We have our natural health regen, which is the health we regenerate per 4 seconds. We have non-combat health regen, physical health tap, magical health tap. So if we do damage, we might get some health back, depending on how much damage we do. We have our stamina, and we have our energy bar. Total sprint time, 40 seconds. Then we have the magical tap, which shows our mana, all the taps. We have our bonus spell damage, how much damage we do with spells. We have bonus healing for some classes. Well, only the healer classes. This is important. And we have our protection against spells. So the higher protection, the less damage we get. We go to the fourth tab, which is the combos, spells, and special abilities. Right now, in the combos on the left side, we only have abilities, right? All classes have abilities, as I talked about in the first tutorial. Upper attack, upper right, upper left attack, upper right attack, overhead attack. These you can find back on the lower side. These are simple arrows, and these are used in combos. I will talk about it later when we start to fight. Switch weapons, toggle combat, crouch, and dash. We can see these 4 abilities on the right side, on the bars we enlarged and replaced on the screen. We have our toggle combat, which puts our character into combat stance, and left clicking it will return us. Switch weapons. Crouch is not important right now. You can read about it. Dash is more important. Dash renews energy, but removes stamina. Remember the green bar. So if I click dash, you will see my stamina went down, and now it's regenerating. It's good to remember this button. When we increase in levels, there will be more options coming here, and there will be a new menu on the right side. We go to our 5th button, which is the quest journal. The quest journal is like any other MMO. On the left side we have our quests, free tabs, the quests that we currently have, the ones that we've completed, the ones that are on cooldown. Quests that are on cooldown are repetitive quests for grinding. Left clicking will open, close menus and select quests. There's also a minimap, and if you select a quest, you will see on the minimap where to go. It's very nice. Again, using our scroll wheel and dragging around, we can see exactly where to go and how big the map is. It's very nice, very free. On the right hand side are all the details of the quest. All quests have text on what needs to be done and what has been done. It will show rewards, if there are any. It will show the follow-up quests, if it is known, of course. The experience you get, the money you get. And 2 buttons, share and delete, if they are shareable with other people, or if you want to delete a quest. The last button are our achievements screen. Achievements are gained when you complete tasks in the game. And the most important about this to know is by clicking the achiever, you can see that if you reach a certain amount of points, you will get rewards. For example, when you reach 1000 points, you get a Hyrcanian camel mount, which does not require any riding training. It's very nice. And you will get the hub and PV teleports, which, if you remember from the last tutorial, where is it? Right here. The hub and PvP teleports are hubs teleports and PvP teleports. Another thing for vanity is a title. It has no influence whatsoever. It's just for other people to see how wonderful you are. Then there are two little buttons left. The first one is the login screen. The second one is the challenges screen. And there are 5 daily challenges that you can complete. Completing 3 of them each day will earn you a chest, and 2 other chests can be earned by completing 15 or 16, either within 2 weeks or within a month. I think it's... well, this one is for a month. I think this is for a week, and this is for a day. So that concludes our chat and top screen buttons tutorial.